one of the questions we're hearing from a number of folks is a shortage of vendors, this type of program not offered at my regional center, but at other regional centers. So can you talk about how to navigate that?
What you're raising is more or less a systemic issue. If there's a shortage of vendors, and there are wait lists and you're dealing with all that kind of stuff, you've effectively been denied the service, period. And so anytime someone's denied a service or there are disagreements about services, there's a process for that. And it's called the fair hearing process. And so ultimately, if a service is being unnecessarily or unreasonably denied or delayed, I would say, maybe after 6 weeks, 2 months, after it's been authorized, you're waiting around, you still haven't gotten the service, you can consider doing a fair hearing. Now, I say that like, consider a fair hearing. Like, okay, not a big deal. Just, you got some time on your hands. I know that's a big, huge deal, but that's really the way to speed it up and speed it along. The other thing is people can do some systemic things regarding that, because if it's a systemic issue, it needs a systemic solution. So one of the things I would recommend is basically going to the director of community services at your regional center and telling them, I'm aware there's a shortage of vendors who provide this service. Therefore, I'm requesting that you develop, or can you tell me, are you developing more vendors? Are you have you announced any funding to help people create these programs? What do we have? Because we need a solution. And I understand it may take some time to establish those vendors, but my child only has so much time before they're not meeting their goals. If you find that the director of community resources is not able to move fast enough, I would try and have a dialogue and really understand what's happening. But if you feel like there are unnecessary delays or it's just taking too long, you can go to the board of directors and inform them. So you can go to a board meeting, and being virtual now, that's wonderful. And you can testify and say, hey, look, here's the issue, present it, and then just say, hey, you board of directors, you're the boss of the executive director at the regional center. We would ask that you make a motion to have the executive director prioritize establishing additional vendors for the following services: social rec, camping, and then list the things that you're having trouble getting to. Then show up with lots of other people, because numbers help. If you're one person, maybe it's not a systemic issue. But if you show up with 50 other people, and it's affecting 50 people, well, maybe it's not so much of an individual issue anymore. So helping the board of directors see that it is a systemic issue needing a systemic fix with their intervention, that may be a successful strategy as well.